Having a word for the year has really changed me over the years. I started having, selecting, actually, not having, but selecting. I started selecting a word for the year in 2018 when I heard about it the first time. And just this one practice has changed me so much, because just having a word for the year, I thought it would be my driver and, my driving force to keep me focused, and on the days that I needed a little bit more motivation or just a little bit more encouragement, that word for the year will help me. But it has done so much more as I reflect today, because my word for the year this year is courage. And I was just looking at Joshua when God told him to be courageous and to be strong and to go over. And he had to lead a nation of people across a river that overflows its bank during that season. And I just reflected on how much courage that took of Joshua to follow God's commands, not to doubt, not to be fearful, and to actually take the lead in it, not just to do it, because it's different when you lead a whole bunch of people. And if you just cross over by yourself, you're not responsible for all those people, you're just responsible for yourself. So I was just reflecting on how much courage it took from him and how much strength. And that is why in Joshua 1, God told Joshua to be strong and courageous, and he kept repeating it because he knew how much strength and courage that would take of Joshua to not only take himself, but like I said, the entire nation across a river that overflows its bank at that time of the year. And then I reflected on I was thinking about how much courage it actually takes, to do that. And how do we get that courage to just follow God's instructions? And so I noted down a few things that I thought, how you would get that courage to just follow God's instructions when He gives it. And this is one of the things that I've noticed about God and having faith in God, that it takes knowing God to the extent that our faith in Him is so solid and so complete that we will have the courage that Joshua had to just obey and implement as God gave him instructions and directions to lead a nation across a river that overflows all its bank during the whole time of harvest. You can read that in Joshua 3. So for me, now that I reflect on the word that I chose last year without really knowing what it will take, now I see how I've been facing a challenge with a particular company in South Africa, with a particular shop actually in South Africa, a large retail shop. And they've been messing me around with my laptop that needed to get fixed. It's still under warranty and that needs to be fixed, and they've just been messing me around, and it's been dragging on now for weeks and months. And today I'm going in to go and speak to the general manager about this, because I've already opened a case against them, and just even that, nothing has happened. And when I woke up this morning and I know I have to go and see them today, and I'm quite prepared to go and see them, but the thought and the word came to my mind again, my word for the year is courage. And I thought, Lord, what would that look like today if I go in there and just be courageous and speak to the manager about this whole incident, and how would I handle it, calmly and without being triggered? Because that's another thing I've been working on recently, is I've noticed that certain things trigger me, and I've had to really work on being aware and being present when I get triggered, and adjust and decide how I want to react, and instead of just having an auto response to the trigger. So because I know I'm going to get emotional, and I'm going to get, because I'm really upset about this thing. It's escalated so much now, and the customer agent that I've been dealing with has been just lying so much, and it's just been so frustrating for me to deal with it. So I know, I might be triggered, and I have to decide beforehand how I'm going to handle it when I get triggered, and what am I going to do, because after all, I am still a representative for Christ. So I can't just fly off the handle and lose it all. And I also want the best outcome, and I want my laptop, either my laptop or full refund. So I want the best outcome for the situation for myself. So I was reflecting on, it's going to take courage of me to, number one, go in there and face this woman and speak to the general manager in front of her, and because I really, in the beginning I thought, I don't want to put, bring trouble upon her and make her lose her job. But at the same time, she's been lying to me. She's not been truthful. She's just been a bad customer service agent all around. And I have to bring that to light. So for me today, thinking, I'm going to need to be strong, and to stand my ground, and to demand the right thing for me. It's not about her, it's not about the customer service agent, it's not about the business, it's not about the shop even, but it's about the right thing for me that needs to get done. And so yeah, I've been thinking about this, how much courage it takes, just these small things, to do these small things for us. So when we set or choose a word for the year, we don't realize that the word for the year, it actually changes us. It changes the person that we are. It shapes us, it develops us, it grows us. And because we have to actually become that word and become that person who can do that word and be that word. So whatever the word is, it's going to require change from us, that we become that word to the extent that we can actually implement it on a daily basis, and then it becomes a part of who we are, our personality, how we show up in the world, how we show up in our lives, for ourselves, for our families, in our business, in our work. So for me, having chosen this word now, like I said, when I chose it in 2026, end of 2026, I had no idea what it will require of me, but now I'm glad that I chose the word, because I can already see the positive effects that this word is having on me as a person and on my life, how I'm getting stronger in so many areas that I used to be very weak in, that I wouldn't speak up for myself, that I wouldn't challenge, that I wouldn't ask for things that was rightfully mine and that I needed to have. But now, since I've chosen this word, it has just been so much easier just to speak up for myself, to be more assertive. That was also another word that I had a couple of years ago for myself, assertive. And to be so much more focused on what I need to do on a daily basis to get to where God wants me to be, and also to, get the desires of my heart as well. So that was just my thoughts for today on choosing a word for the year, and how we think it's going to be only just to motivate us and to push us on the days that we don't have what it takes, or we feel we don't have what it takes to move us forward, and we need that push. But the word of the year actually changes us if we allow it, and we come out stronger and we come out better, and it also becomes a part of the person that we are. Sorry about the background noise. That's a school alarm going off to tell the kids it's time to start. But yeah, that's one of the things that I just wanted to share today. How the word of the year, it actually changes us. It's just not a word, and how powerful words are, again, to prove just how powerful words are. Again, when we choose a word, it's not just to motivate us, it's not just to inspire us for the days that we are down, but it actually changes us and makes us stronger and better and more equipped to do what God called us to do. So I hope this has been helpful to you. If it has, please like, subscribe and share. And also, don't be afraid to choose that word. On the other side of that word is growth for you, it's development for you, and it will make you a stronger person and a better version of yourself. So till next time, bye.